Hello friend, welcome to Marine Engineering Hub. This is Ravi Gupta. Today I am going to talk about crankcase explosion causes, and after that I will talk about the primary explosion and secondary explosion, and when an alarm comes, what action we should take and how to attend it, that I will talk about, and what are the precautions and how we are going to do it. So let's see and begin the video. But before starting the video, I want to tell you that this is a part 2 of the crankcase explosion. In part 1, I have talked about how a hotspot is created, how mechanical failure causes mist formation, and how mist and hotspot causes crankcase explosion. So please go and watch that video before watching that, as the video will be correlated. So let's begin the video. What are the cause of crankcase explosion? So the most common cause is the localized hotspot. Okay, the hotspot is occur why because of the lube oil failure or a hanging pipe running with a moving part. So as I have told you in my earlier video also, the hotspot is created because of the failure of any rubbing component such as guide rail or the hanging pipes such as telescopic pipes or the stopping box pipes pipe. In chain block, if in chain block the rubber lining is provided for guiding the chain, that may also, if worn out, will also act as a hotspot. And in engine, in crosshead part, if the rubber coating of the guide shoe rail fail, the guide shoe will be rubbing during its movement and may cause localized heat formation. So you can see that the hotspot in the engine inside the crankcase can be created by different components. But apart from rubbing or hanging part or the guide rail or the guide shoe, other cause may be the blow by due to the worn liner and the piston ring. If the piston ring and the liner is worn excessive, at that time blow-by will occur, which will cause the combustion heat to find a way to its crankcase. It may cause crankcase explosion in a medium four-stroke engine because there is no stopping box or a diaphragm is provided separating the two space. Again, serious scavenge fire can occur because of this. If a scavenge fire has taken place in a four stroke, it may also cause lead to a crankcase explosion. And severe scavenge fire causing very hot piston rod to enter the crankcase may cause crankcase explosion in a two-stroke engine. Okay, so in a four-stroke, the crankcase explosion can be caused by blow-by or scavenge fire, but in two-stroke, the scavenge fire which has taken its severity in such a way that it has hidden up the piston rod, and that piston rod while entering the crankcase space acting as a hot spot and starting a crankcase explosion. That I mean to say, severe scavenge fire causing very hot piston rod entering the crankcase, and that hot piston rod acting as a hot spot for generation of the mist and for explosion to take place. Now, as you can see in this diagram, if a scavenge fire take place or a blow-by occur, it may cause a scavenge fire, and that scavenge fire will heat up this piston rod element, and that rod element will act as a hot body, as a hot spot, which led to the generation of oil mist and ultimately causing crankcase explosion. Now, when a explosion occur, what happened? That is a very big question which is asked in class in examination. Okay, when an explosion occur, what happened? So basically, when an explosion occur, a flame front travel down the crankcase with a pressure wave in front of it. Very important thing. Means what do I mean by that? That if you suppose this is the flame which is been risen up, so in front of the flame there will be a huge pressure. Means the pressure wave will be traveling in front of the flame, and that component, the pressure component, is the main component which is providing or causing this damage. Okay, so same thing I meant to say. When an explosion occur, a flame front travel down the crankcase, a flame front travel down the crankcase. Okay, this suppose this is a flame front, the with the pressure wave will be in front of it. Okay, the turbulence caused by moving engine component causing churning and mixing of vapor increases the speed of flame front and its area, which contribute to increase in pressure. So as I have told you that the pressure wave is the main component which is providing the damage, and that damage, that flame front generation, is being aggravated by the moving engine component, which ensure good mixing of the vapor so that more flame can be generated, more oil mist can be generated, which can produce more pressure wave and more damage. So same thing I am written here, which contribute to increase in pressure. The pressure caused by this explosion should be relieved by relief valve. This is called primary explosion. So as you can see, this is the line diagram. This is a time, this is a pressure wave, and this is a vacuum. So during an explosion, certain increase in pressure take place. Okay, at this increase in pressure is the main damaging component, and that first spike which is occurring, it pressure in certain pressure increase inside the crankcase should be relieved by the crankcase relief valve provided in the crankcase. This explosion is called primary explosion. Now, what is primary explosion we have seen, but what primary and secondary explosion causes? Let's see. The primary explosion pressure will break down more oil droplet into the fine particle, which will mix with the fresh air and any may make any explosive mixture. So what is happening? As the hotspot, in starting the hotspots, it's helping for the oil mist generation. Okay, I have told you that hotspot is helping in the oil mist generation. But after a primary explosion, means after this hotspot has caused an explosion, the primary explosion will aggravate the mixing as more heat is generated inside the crankcase, and this heat and this pressure wave will ensure to cause an explosion which is called primary explosion. That primary explosion will mix more vapor and oil and will result in a possible secondary explosion, which we'll see. Following the venting of the explosion through a relief valve, there is a of drop in pressure of a crankcase below atmospheric. As you can see, explosion has taken place, and as the relief valve of the crankcase is lifted, a drop in pressure has taken place. This is very dangerous. This drop in pressure is allowing more air to enter inside the crankcase. When if the relief valve which is provided in the crankcase is not properly been set up, means if the relief valve has lifted and it has vented out the sudden spike inside the crankcase, after that it should sit back promptly, not allowing any air inside the crankcase. If the relief valve is stuck or not working properly because of the drop in pressure inside the crankcase. Outside air will gust inside the crankcase. And now, as you know, because of primary explosion, there is too much amount of heat is there. That amount of heat and the air gushing in because of a drop in pressure and sticking relief valve, crankcase relief valve, this air and the heat will mix up and will possibly fall in a flammable range and will cause a very big explosion, which is called secondary explosion. This secondary explosion is the main explosion which can damage the engine component in such a way that the repair cannot be rectified. So at this point, the time, if the relief valve doesn't reset after lifting or if they do not lift at all primary explosion, then the door may be blown off, giving readily part of the ingress air in the crankcase, resulting in another flammable mixture to be developed, causing secondary explosion. So there are 2 points. One is the if in primary explosion the relief valve lift but doesn't sit, then the air will gush in, or if at all the relief valve doesn't function, then it will blow out the crankcase door. That blowing out the crankcase door will allow more air to gush in and causing a secondary explosion. This is more, it incident is very much serious. The secondary explosion may be more violent. Air can be also sucked in via crankcase vent to the, means basically the crankcase vents which is provided, that from that also the air can be sucked in and possibly also led to a secondary explosion. So for that reason, that crankcase vent valve is also now in new engine installation is a non-return type. Now let's see what to do when an oil mist detector sound alarm come. So as you know, an oil mist detector is provided in a crankcase so that it can help to detect the mist formation inside the crankcase well before a crankcase explosion will occur. It will give us a pre-alarm before a crankcase explosion much earlier so that we can take necessary action to prevent an explosion to occur. So oil mist detector alarm doesn't mean immediate explosion. Okay, that is the first thing you should know. If an oil mist detector alarm, you should not fear that explosion will occur because it is set in such a way that it will give an alarm in a much lower LEL so that the problem can be rectified and pollution explosion can be prevented. The hotspot may or may not be hot enough to cause an explosion, but theoretically as soon as the alarm sound the engine should be stopped urgently. But the if an OMD alarm, oil mist alarm, came, in that case it should be taken very seriously and the engine should be stopped very early because it should be taken as serious as explosion and action should be taken right away to prevent any damage further which can cause to a severe explosion. Okay, so in two stroke, if an OMD alarm come, a slowdown is activated automatically, and in four stroke, if an OMD alarm come, and shutdown will be activated automatically. Okay, so as soon as the alarm come, the engine room should be manned and another generator should be put on load. Now I'm telling you that what action you will take if an OMD alarm come. This is a very important point for all the engineers working on ship and for all the exam means person we are going for API to MEO class to MEO class 4. This question is asked that what are the action you're going to take when an OMD alarm sound. So as soon as the alarm will sound, you should start the generator and put it on load to prevent possible blackout. The engine staff should try to remain in the ECR. Okay, if an OMD alarm come, you should not go and you should roam about outside the ECR. Okay, and avoid moving on the exhaust to reset OMD locally as if there is an explosion occur. Okay, so what do I mean by that? As you can see, this is the crankcase door. Okay, and the opposite side is the crankcase relief valve is provided. In that area, you should not. go there and you should not roam. Okay, because if an explosion occur, the person may get into the blast. So prevent that, the engine staff should not roam. First, he should not roam outside the engine room, and secondly, he should not be anywhere near the exhaust side or the relief valve side. Okay. After a 10-second delay, the engine will start to slow down. Means after, if an alarm comes, you should first, what you will do, if a OMD alarm sound, you should start the generator from the ECR, and you will notice that after a 10-second delay, the engine will start to slow down. Okay, and the slowdown will be around 50% of the load by passing the load control program. Okay, but a question is asked in a MU class exam that why this delay is provided. Okay, so let's see. After a 10-second delay, the engine will start to slow down to a 50% load by passing the load control program. Okay, this delay is given so that bridge will get time to override the slowdown in case of safety of ship is at risk. So, very important point that if a OMD alarm is sounded, the engine will automatically start to slow down in a two-stroke engine. So a 10-second delay is provided. Suppose if a ship is operating in a narrow passage, or if it is operating during maneuvering condition in a restricted passage, if a ship stop, it may lead to a collision or something. So as I have told you, OMD alarm means doesn't mean explosion. So we have some time for explosion. So the immediate importance is the safety of a ship. So this alarm delay, in if a person see that the OMD alarm have come, so by delay he can bypass the alarm from the bridge so that the safety of ship is not at risk. This reduction in load will reduce the likelihood of a crankcase explosion. Now the second question come to our mind: why we are doing the slowdown? We are doing the slowdown so that the component which is led to a generation of hotspot, if a load is decreased, the intensity of hotspot generation will be decreased, and hence we will get a time, increased time for a explosion to take place, and hence we will get time to recover, to take a action. Okay. Now, as you can see in this diagram, this is the OMD with a alarm, different alarm signal has been provided here, indicating what are the alarm and what are thing is written here. And this is the box, pipe connection box, where all the pipe will come, and this is a box which will be removed. This is the all the pipe connection will come. This is the inspection lid which will be opened up, and a plastic opaque gauge is provided which we insert it in between it to see whether the OMD alarm is working correctly or not from time to time. Okay, this inspection lid is open and the gauge is inserted to indicating that whether by providing the hindrance which has been provided by the oil mist, that may trigger the alarm or not, to check whether it is working properly or not. Now, what to do after receiving an OMD alarm? When an OMD alarm activated, the ship slow down. Once the ship is slowed down, it should be stopped as soon as possible and engine should be evacuated at once. Okay, so suppose the OMD alarm has come, you should start the generator, put it on load, and if the engine slow down, after ensuring the ship safety is not at risk, we should stop the engine immediately and we should evacuate the engine room. But before leaving the engine room, ensure that the purifier room and the steering flat door is closed. Okay, this purifier room door and the steering door should not be open, it should be closed. Like this, which we do in ship, we'll tag the rope so that to ensure that it doesn't provide hindrance. This is very bad system which is provided here, because this fire door is provided so that to spread, to ensure the fire doesn't spread all around the engine room. It provide a barrier. So same thing I written here, that the purifier room door and steering flat door should be closed. Close all engine door to accommodation and keep the skylight open. Why we will keep the skylight open? to relieve pressure wave generated during the crankcase explosion. As everything is closed, so to allow pressure wave to evacuate, the skylight must be open. So this skylight basically provided in the engine room should be open so that any pressure wave generation should be relieved from this skylight. Okay. Now stop the ventilation to engine room. Okay, ventilation pump. This ventilation pump, engine room ventilation pump, should be stopped so that to prevent any more churning or mixing enhancement. Stop auxiliary blower and the fuel pump. Auxiliary blower and the fuel pump should be stopped so that the engine should be cut off of fuel and the scavenging spray doesn't provide it with the air. Okay. Ensure lube oil and jacket water pump continue to run. So very important point. So what all we are doing? First thing, when the OMD alarm comes, ship slow down, and if the ship is at safety, we will ensure that everyone leaves the engine room. Before leaving engine room, we should ensure that the whole engine room is properly closed. We will check the purifier room, we will check the steering door properly closed. The door going to the accommodation should also be closed. But what are the things we should also stop? We should stop the ventilation pump, we should stop the auxiliary blower, we should stop the fuel pump. And but what we should open the skylight to prevent the pressure wave release, and we should also ensure lube oil and jacket water pump to run. Why? Because this jacket and lube oil pump provide cooling, necessary cooling. Okay, this jacket and lube oil pump provide necessary cooling and lubrication to maintain so that the engine doesn't seize. Okay, as you can see here, this is the emergency escape door. Okay, now in a case of explosion, the pressure wave will send large volume of oil mist to the engine room. Okay, now we are seeing a scenario that okay, earlier we have talked about what we will do if a OMD alarm comes. Now we are talking about scenario that okay, we have not able to take the action and explosion has occurred taken place. Now what we will do now? So what we will do, in case of crankcase explosion, the pressure wave will send the large volume of oil mist to the engine room. This mist will be moved around the ventilation. If the mist meet any hotspot, it can be ignited again, hence stop ventilation. So as I have told you earlier that whenever OMD alarm sound, we are stopping the ventilation. Because of that, because if it is not stopped, that ventilation fan will provide the mist which is coming out from the crankcase explosion to fall any hotspot such as fuel oil heater line or that acting as a hotspot, and secondary explosion or ignition may occur. A fire can take place. So ventilation fan should be stopped. Once the engine room stop, two-person preferably to the through emergency escape door or from the safe side, engage the turning gear after opening the indicator cock and to turn the engine in auto mode and should leave the engine room. So if a crankcase explosion has taken place and or if a engine is stopped, okay, if an engine is stopped at that time, what we are doing, we have left the engine room. Now after ensuring that the thing has something cooled down, we will enter through emergency escape door and we will engage the turning gear and open the indicator cock and put the turning in auto mode and we will leave the engine room. Okay, so that we will ensure that engine will continue to turn. After 30 minutes, feel the crankcase from the safe side. If all indication confirm that the crankcase have been cooled down, then open up for the crankcase inspection. Okay, so if everything feel good, then open it for a inspection. So I hope you understand what action you should take when an explosion occur, what action you should take when an OMD alarm come, why an OMD alarm come, what happened, that also I talk about today, and what is primary and secondary explosion. I hope you have learned from this video. Please do subscribe and share my video, and please please subscribe. Thank you friend. Image credit goes to marindigital.co.uk. Thank you. Have a good day.